G'day guys, today we're going to be doing a video on something a little bit different to what we usually do. It's going to be on Marine Combat Infantry School. So what I understand that every Marine is infantry just like the Australian Army. Every soldier in the Australian Army is an infantryman first, or woman. So there's two different videos, but we're going to do the one that is Marine Combat Training Battalion. So I think this is the basic Marine course that most Marines will go and do. So yeah, let's suss her out. Alright guys, just a couple of things before we get started. The original video was by Times Archives. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged for copyright. I'll put the original video down below. If I haven't won you over yet, you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button for me. And yeah, join the Discord and the Facebook for a chat. But let's have a look at this video. Looks like a MO at Mount training facility.
Second fire team, push up! You see an enemy, you shoot him.
Okay, so this is the training after basic training. They'll go and do this infantry training, which the same thing happens at Australian basic training. However, it becomes part of the basic training itself. And already this looks like it's a little bit more in depth. Yeah, Kapuka was a lot more bush patrolling, section attacks and stuff. Not so much urban. I can't say if that's changed or not in the last, well, 12 years, but yeah.
Two of you, run to that corner of the wall, shot the second fire team, see what's going on. Hi men, move up to the halfway house. Second fire team, what's your status?
Yeah, so I don't think that any soldier that is infantry would do training to this standard, especially CQB stuff. I mean, it is very slow, but yeah, it's pretty complicated stuff for everyone to learn. So if you're a Marine, you'll go into extra infantry training.
Hey, bring him back to the halfway house. Put his hands behind his back where it's supposed to be.
Couple of things tell you that they are recruits. You can see this guy here out in the middle. This guy is not fully in cover, but they are covering all arcs.
Get inside!
Let's change my...
Window on the right. Keep going! Move! Turn around and walk!
Follow my instructions!
Get out of the building!
Forward! Towards me!
Towards you? That way! Yes! That way!
Yes!
Yes!
Towards me!
So it looks like some really good training. When this sort of situation does occur, it may seem like the guy's just been a dick on purpose, but people get confused, they get panicked. You have to yell and give them very basic signals. So they're trying to replicate that. I honestly don't think, I mean, every Australian Army soldier is infantry first. I honestly don't think it's probably at the same level as the Marines infantry training, which is pretty cool to see. I mean, not good for Australia, but cool to see that the Marines and the American military has moved on from, Vietnam and whatnot. But yeah.
That way! Go! That way!
Towards me!
Go that way,
That way!
Towards you.
Towards me!
Towards you. Kick. That way. No. That way. All right. Post security on. Post security on.
Right, security. You, go run.
Right, so you can see this guy here is obviously the team leader. He's the one that is going around and posting security, as you can just see.
Go around the house.
Put a guy there.
Go around the house. Hey, if that's the HVT, go! Go.
So you'll generally have one of these people that will sort of guide you through the process. Normally a senior themselves, and yeah, you'll also have a what we call a DS that marks your performance. Yeah.
Walk them together. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stop. Take your hands. Interlock them together. Hey, we only need two. The rest is behind security. Behind your head. Now turn around. Turn your body around. Come here. Turn your body around.
Do hand movement.
Go. Get on that side.
You can see the person doing that. It sounds really dumb, but in my own experience, trying to get people to do things, they might just mimic you. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about, so they'll just do what you're doing.
Turn your body.
Hand movement.
Stop.
And you can see here, sorry I'm pausing a lot, but while this person's taking control and ordering what this guy does, got a guy on a 45-degree angle to cover him, so that if he does move, he's not going to shoot his mate, and you can quite easily engage the threat.
You got him? You make sure you're at a 90. Team, we're moving
90-degree angle, sorry.
Go ahead. Security with him behind the freaking wall. Go. Let's go. Move. Walk. I said walk.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for enemy party to do everything they can to piss you off, make it harder for you.
Hey, you don't get behind him.
You can see this guy here is on a 90-degree angle the whole time.
Hey, give me two more. Find his seat back.
Similar sort of thing that happens in Australia. You go from basic training to your what they call IET training, so your initial employment training. Our soldiers all receive infantry training at basic, and then if you are a combat corps, you go off to your specific training for that corps or whatever corps you're part of.
Grab your camis and change in your respective head. At no point did I say move slowly, did I?
Yeah.
Go.
Now, at this point, they've probably got a little bit more freedom. They're not recruits; they're a Marine now, but they're still going to get yelled at. 100%, that's very true. Okay, so this is just definitely the all arms infantry training. Kind of cool to see how in depth it is. About 95% of the military is that standing around waiting. I think you can go to any army in the world and you're going to see this. We call it pack marching. Brits call it tabbing. Not sure what America calls it, but regardless of your corps, you're going to have to do this at some points in time. If you get infantry, you're going to be doing it all the time. Sorry to say. And to be honest, it just fucking hurts and sucks, and you just put up with it. And yeah. Stopping it a lot, and it's probably a bit unfair of me to poke fun at this, but the difference here between a fully trained infantry soldier and these guys who are just doing all arms infantry training, you wouldn't see weapons like this that'd be in the right position, ready to go. Probably not, they'd be a little bit more fitter, but take into account we probably have cooks and clerks and all sorts doing this course, so.
Pretty good. If I do something myself. Run it!
Yeah.
It's a freaking downhill!
Alright, stop, dude!
Said that from the beginning.
Keep it there,
Your instructor, Staff Sergeant Carl.
Where's my EGA?
Huh? Want to start racing people?
Nah.
You have like 60 seconds to quickly run to the head, make your head call, and get back. When we're leaving, we're leaving.
Just going up there.
I'll have to ask someone that will know, but I need to find out whether or not Kapuka does this sort of training now for all arms. Seems very advanced just for all arms infantry training. Yeah. I mean, I didn't use those weapons until, especially the grenade launcher, until I got the chance to with the special forces unit.
Step.
Give me some finger guns.
See the difference in fitness levels here. See him trying to get some tension off their shoulders.
The whole area, correct? Are we in line? No, but we are protecting ourselves, correct?
Yes.
All right. So the main thing is, all right. This side, I want the side to collapse. Boom.
Alright, so this is probably what we did mostly at Kapuka. If you were infantry, you'd still learn this. What he's doing at the moment is what they call a mud map. I will chuck a picture of one of my mud maps up in between this. Yeah, you can explain to your soldiers what your intent is and how you're going to go about it.
Okay. So not only are we online now, positioning. Now, once you get into a certain area, what do these guys have to do?
Ceasefire.
Before we.
So I think he was explaining the flanker there and what happens when you attack as a section.
Oh, way too tight.
Yeah, that I was about to say. That means to spread out. They're a bit tight together. Yeah, don't do lots of this in the Australian infantry. I think that means hurry up. You know,
So, driver struggle a bit with this. Let's see if Alpha has a better way. Whenever you go, don't cross immediately.
We were kind of bunched up in the back, and no one said anything about incoming. No one got down. None of that.
so this is what I was talking about before, the DS. So he's the guy that is testing / training everybody, giving them feedback, what they did right, what they did wrong.
I know in the front we probably didn't hear it because of the day pass.
Even that's a bit close. Alright, so starting to come out a little bit here, the difference between infantry and other corps. This could be a dry run, a slow dry through of a section attack by the looks of things. They're way too close. What they're doing is working with their battle buddy, covering their advance while the battle buddy moves. This is a lot harder than you think. It's basically you're putting a laser on a target, pulling the trigger, but it's a lot harder than you think.
Come on, dude, you're like #1 gun. Let's go.
Hurry
up.
That chick Just loving life.
Dude, you're like #1 gun. Let's go.
Look at her. So, fuck
Come on.
yeah.
Dude, you're like #1 gun. Let's go. Hurry up. We need more ammo.
And I think most fighting units these days have dual night vision, but those monoculars were terrible to use. You can see those lasers there, they're infrared lasers, only seen light. And yeah, this training is done quicker. So everyone will do this night shooting at Kapuka, basic training, Australian Army. Definitely not those weapons though. You literally get put on magazine duty where you'll just be loading magazines. Looks like they're doing a live fire exercise. This guy would be the trainee supervisor, or the range supervisor. The fact that they're doing live fire section attacks at this level of training is pretty crazy, pretty good training for them. But yeah, I dare say it'll be pretty slow and managed by the DS and the trainees. And let me tell you, the first time you do it, it's pretty scary when there's live rounds flying. Yeah, so you can see it's very organised, but at this level of training, it's what it has to be. And those that remember, I think when you hit a contact, it's drop to the ground, observe, drop to the ground, crawl, observe, aim, fire, rinse and repeat. So they're sort of doing this here. Drop. They've got specific sandbags they need to stop at by the looks of it. Yeah, he'll get pushed out. And it is absolutely knackering, this sort of stuff. Right, so I'll give you a quick explanation. They just received fire. What'll happen is, section commander is most likely here, probably got a skate up front. These two would most likely have machine guns, or the Marines don't anymore, and everyone will push up to this line, so they'll start moving up, and then the section commander will give instructions on what they're going to do next. Okay, maybe they're not.
Right there.
Shooting uphill, so it needs to. Move! Okay, so very slow paced. If this was actual infantry training, they'd be a lot quicker. This is pretty cool that they do this. CQB is a pretty complicated thing.
Push the route! Let's go!
For non-combat corps people to learn is pretty awesome.
Close it! Close it! Go, go, go!
Using the old M16 still.
Golf 1-3, yellow green up.
1313
Oops. Just, if anyone had seen him do that with any rank, he would have been ripped a new one.
Stay away from them, all right? Because you work so hard for what you're at today and continue to get there because we all have goals. Stay away from the 10%, and for those who are in the same scenario as the Sergeant Major, challenge yourself.
So they must go over to their specific schools now for their own training, while infantry marines would probably go on for more infantry training. Yeah, very similar. Alright, so what do you guys think? I did my basic training in 2008, so I dare say a lot's changed. If anyone can update me on whether or not they do CQB stuff at Kapuka now, or some more advanced infantry tactics, let me know. Generally a pretty impressive video to see that even all corps of the Marine Corps trained to a pretty high level of infantry standards. Albeit it's a bit slow, but to fire off those weapons and to do live fire assaults like that, something that you wouldn't normally do unless you were infantry, and even then it'd take a couple of weeks of training to do. So yeah, it's impressive to see that their training's gotten a lot better by the looks of things. There were the rumours from Vietnam that they weren't very well trained, and yeah, so it's good to see that. And yeah, I think after 20 years of war, all the nations involved in Afghanistan have improved significantly. Probably do some more videos like this in the future, but yeah, hope you enjoyed and see you next time.